Yo, what up, everybody? What's good? Ooh, 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 what up? Where you go? I just seen Will. Hmm. What's good? What's good? Oh, 7 people of y'all. People, Will, what up, baby? What's good? Good looking? What's cracking?
What's good, G?
Chilling, chilling. Another day, another penny. You know, out here getting rich and shit.
I feel it.
Where everybody at? I know everybody's not sleeping. It's early. Oh, lazy bums. Everybody get up. I guess I'm gonna give y'all about 3 more minutes till everybody gets on. Then we'll jump right back in this shit.
Well, I have
Oh boy. I just got a message. Somebody go, that's heavy. I'm joining at the end of the month, bro. I'm leaving IML. F this S. Uh-oh. There he is. The one and only. The one and only. Mr. Mike. What up, dog? Oh. Let's go ahead and stop this right there. Mike, what's cracking? Maybe can y'all hear me?
What it do?
Yo, I just gotta get out this game, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. All right, yo, I'm starting 1 minute. Can you guys hear me? Yo, you can hear me?
That Mike guy, he's funny. No.
Will can hear me, but you can't hear me. Mike, old man, give him a break. Mike, fix your mic. That's me on this side. Everybody else can hear me.
Racism against Africans is a relatively recent thing because niggas in Greece didn't really have niggas in Greece and Rome didn't really practice.
All right, guys, I'm about to get it going.
There we go. I hear you now.
Yeah, I'm glad you fixed the issue on that side.
Good
to see you, man. How you doing, bro? I'm chilling, man. I actually can't wait to be back out there in Arizona. My brother and I were just talking about it. We're working on it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody. I'm gonna get started real quick. All right, cool. All right, everybody. So it's good to see the familiar faces, and it's good to see some new faces, even though I really can't see much faces because everybody's scared to turn on their camera for some odd reason. But anyways, everybody, my name is Nelly, aka Silent Billy. That's what everybody knows me by my Instagram. So if y'all got an IG, go ahead and drop that follow. And my brother should be, hey yo, what you doing, cuz? We on a call. You eating donuts,
Bro, I had to get some
grapes.
It's grapes.
Anyways,
Healthy life.
Silent Billy, Taste the Prophet is also his name's Eddie. But we've been training about 3 years. We got into this entrepreneurship life when, we tried that quick money lifestyle and it didn't work. And now we're here to where Forex kind of brought me, my brother, and obviously everybody on this call together. So, oh, wow, this is popping. There's 38 participants in this call. What is up? Yo, this is lit. All you good-looking people. Anyways, today we're going to get into, well, before we get into anything, I'm going to let my brother introduce himself real quick and his ugly self.
I don't want to repeat, bro. What you say? Because we're twins and stuff. So, I mean, basically, my name's Eddie and stuff, Eddie Merced. I go by taste_the_prophet. It's a little difficult, but you'll get used to it. on IG. So go ahead and follow me. I'm gonna follow you. It's definitely a way we can communicate, get to know each other if you're interested furthermore. But yeah, if whatever he hasn't told you, we've known each other since like almost like third grade, on and off friendship, you know what I'm saying? Not like we fought, but just like he moved, I moved, then we got back together, you know what I'm saying? No crazy stuff, but the blood runs in us and we might as well be coming out the same mother. And we got many stories to our background, and it can go for days, but like what really brought us together is, you know what I'm saying, besides trying to grow up and have some type of way to obviously provide for ourselves, we put our heads together and we took trading super serious. Before we even get started, like the biggest fact here is that law of attraction, do the research. It's like magic, y'all. Like, let's run it by quickly because I'm not a storyteller, but basically we sat here and we talked about Forex every day. We talked about our withdrawals happening. It's just like anything else. Like, you got to talk it, you got to breathe it, you got to smell it, you got to feel it to the maximum, and it happened. This is the market. It's 80%. You know what I'm saying? What is it? What happened?
No,
it's 20% skill and 80% you just, you know what I'm saying? Basically following a list that, you know what I'm saying, was given for years and years for people to abide by to basically make money off this market. But anyways, that's what makes us so damn interested in this, is having every one of y'all on here. This is a lot of people and this is awesome. Yo, it feels great to be on this side of the camera and knowing that a lot of y'all care about what the situation is. So I mean, without furthermore, we're gonna get on to like a few topics with where should we start with? Entrepreneur and wealth?
Yeah, we're gonna start entrepreneur and wealth. Guys, money needs to be growing in your sleep. If your money's not making you money, you're doing something wrong. You feel me? If your cell phone is not bringing you money, it is bringing you nothing but a bill. That's all it's doing for you. And our goal is to have everything making us money. Nowadays, everything's all technical. Everybody loves to make money off. Now, I'm sure you guys know, you can make money off Instagram. Like, you can just go on your Instagram and grow it, make money at the same time. So we're going to get a little bit into the entrepreneurship, and then right after that, we're going to talk a little bit about scalping, which is kind of like what we do to make our money, secure our bags at the same time. And my boy actually just logged on to this call. It's Alex, man. Everybody give Alex a shout out because last week he fell asleep on us, and I had to call to wake him up. And in 5 minutes, all we did was scalp. He made $530 in 5 minutes. He woke up out of a nap and he was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Yo, jump in this, jump in that," and 5 minutes, $500. So we're gonna get into the scalping, which isn't so like hard to talk about right after my brother goes over the entrepreneurship part.
Yo, so basically, guys,
time out. If you guys don't read books because books are keys. This book by DJ Khaled, really, for people like me who I'm young, I can relate. This book right here, if you haven't read it, I know everybody's so like, DJ Khaled this, DJ Khaled that. Yo, I read this on a plane ride, and this completely changed my life. And now I'm also reading a whole bunch of other books. But this one right here can really relate to a bunch of people who relate to me. And if you can relate to me, my history, my lifestyle, our lifestyle, what we've been through, what we're going through, and what we're, everything we're trying to get out of to completely focus our lives on this, read a book. Because books are keys to entrepreneurship, leadership, and everything else that comes with it. So
100%. I never liked reading books until I read my first book, and then it was over with after that. I loved it now. But we're gonna keep it short and simple with the whole entrepreneur and you know what I'm saying, wealth this time around, only because we're gonna shoot the idea out there, and this is the thing with this. Some people are gonna be interested, some people aren't. But basically, the people that get interested about the little things we put out today, you know what I'm saying, then we'll take it furthermore. So next week's coming class is gonna be based on just entrepreneur ideas, things that maybe if you haven't took the initial key to be an entrepreneur or look towards different ways to make income without doing anything, you know what I'm saying, then we'll have a steady class on it. Maybe we talk about it for an hour. Everyone can communicate with each other. But just for right now, I literally lost my voice. Anyways, right now, man, biggest point here, guys, before we start scalping like bosses. Money matters. So there's like, I wrote it down on a piece of paper. There's a few different ways, you know what I'm saying, that we all live off of incomes. And the one that we mostly come off of, as you know what I'm saying, I'm young, so I'm not the greatest example, but I've worked, you know what I'm saying, a few jobs and everything's active. That's active income. So if you go out and you work, you know what I'm saying, 40 hours a week plus more, if you get in it and stuff, whatever, that's active income. So you got to work for that bread. And work meaning physical, you know what I'm saying, obviously present in an area where you're not, you know what I'm saying, at home. But the biggest point is that's active. The biggest goal here in what you're doing already, because all you guys are investors already. Everyone is investing. If you're in Blue Capital, you are officially an investor. If you trade, now you're putting the cherry on the top. You are an investor. So your lifestyle can then begin to change, because like for someone that like me as a kid, before I graduated, my whole 4 years of high school, all I did was like Google how to get rich, how to not work, how to, you know what I'm saying, have this much income in this many days, and you know what I'm saying, how much it adds up through the month, and like what my income would be at the end of the month. So getting into that, if I would have found Forex when I was 16, Lord, like, come on, man, it would be fire right now. I'd be so up. But the point is that since we're given this opportunity and we're guided by, like, you know what I'm saying, I like to represent us as, you know what I'm saying, GOAT. So guided with us, you know what I'm saying, just because we're a little bit of momentum for you guys, if that's the way you want to take it. We're trying to get everyone off their asses, excuse my mouth. But just like, it's the point. Let's get off the couch, stop watching Netflix, get another income. Because it's like, if you do it for a full year, think about how many incomes we can build in a year. The most incomes people want to have are obviously the residual, and what comes with Blue Capital, you know what I'm saying? A residual opportunity eventually. And then passive. Passive income is you sleeping and your bread's counted. So, you know what I'm saying? How they say Donald Trump makes how much an hour type stuff? I think it's like, I don't know. I think
You don't
like
make more than me.
Point is like, I'm using him as an example because he's the damn president. So it's like, what's the best example of someone that walks and makes money, you know? So it's like every step matters. You can make $1 every time you take a step. Do the math. Like, let's think here. So like that class, entrepreneurship, is really going to be based on just us basically going through a bunch of ideas that I've wrote down throughout the years since when I started as stupid ideas and that are great ideas now, you know what I'm saying? And just like all in between. Like, I have examples for days. Like one I like to bring up because, you know what I'm saying, me and my brother, but like investing in ATMs.
Before you go any further, yo, if you guys have never heard of investing into an ATM, drop a 1. I need to know real quick. I just need to know. Oh, girl, we talked about this yesterday.
Heather, don't lie.
Real.
Me forgetting about what we talked about.
You guys have no idea what investing into an ATM is? Oh, yo,
so basically, it's a perfect example.
Crazy. It's so crazy.
It's the minimum ideas we can shoot out for each other, because the thing is, now we all family. We're making bread together. We're all calling the same calls every night. We're studying the same. We're getting all into each other's personal space with this. So this is the biggest point here. Once everyone's up and you got a bag, the bag sitting is not gonna grow by itself, right? So it's like you want to collect an amount of money and make it work for itself. ATM. I was brought up to this, I think like a year ago, my first time in California. In like LA, I was with him. And like some dude just, I don't know, I don't even remember how the conversation came up, but basically he was like, yo, you know, you can buy ATM and like place it in a store, dispensary, like something crazy, because it was at a dispensary that I had the conversation, because he bought his ATM for his, you know what I'm saying, the dispensary he worked at. So obviously there's different grades of ATMs or whatever. You can buy a really, really nice one or whatever, you want to be bougie. And you can go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, touchscreen, face activated. The point is, you buy one, you look for a store where you know there's 30 people in that store every hour, wherever the most traffic is, and you go to the dude, if you're like, yo, you don't have an ATM, bro? Like, what's going on? You buy it, you place it in his store, you write a percentage to the guy to make him smile, make your percentage. Now it's being worked for. You know what I'm
Every
saying?
time somebody withdraws, like Mike put right there in the chat, $3.50. You guys have been to some ATMs. Like, so when I went to Puerto Rico, I stuck my card in the ATM, and it wasn't $3.50. It was $5.50. Sometimes $6.
Location matters. You
that
just do
adds
the
up.
research. Do the research, and that literally, that's the biggest point. Is if he wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't have. That matters. So it's just all about just doing the research, getting involved with just ideas. I would have never thought I could buy an ATM. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, ask questions. We met this dude at this location, and his ideas were just, you know what I'm saying, yo, what do y'all do? Y'all look like y'all make some money or whatever, blah, blah. I'm like, well, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. But the point is, you know what I'm saying, I got to question him, yeah, but why are you asking me? Like, you got your own building, blah, blah, like this and that. He was like, no, it was just an idea. I was just, you know what I'm saying, like to start a conversation. So he started talking about all his investments throughout his like 10, 20 years, blah, blah.
Real estate, the most typical one.
Yeah.
Everybody gets into real estate, and
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. J Money, what up? God, you're ugly.
Oh, I see you, boy.
I love you, bro. But
Woo!
buddy, oh man, you need a haircut. Anyways,
the whole topic here before we switch it up to trading and stuff is the point is we're gonna try to sync and have like almost I'm gonna try to have a curriculum.
it's like a mastermind.
Like just straight masterminding, because we got Raquel on here killing it with the motivation. If you guys ain't listening to her, you gotta listen to her, because her motivation comes straight from pure love. It's insane. And like she'll get you going, she'll wake you up, and she'll have you ready to trade, she'll have you ready to invest in whatever. And then, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to try my hardest to basically have everyone think of something, or like I'll say something that maybe it'll hit you and you're like, yeah, that's a good investment. If you're not already thinking about it, because the point here is we're going to save a lot of money because we're all responsible after we act a little crazy. But the point is we're going to stack our bread and we're going to invest. So it's just an idea to everyone. I'm glad that there's a lot of people on here right now, because the more people that are interested, once Monday comes, we'll be like, yo, is everyone going to be interested in on Tuesday, whatever, because we're probably going to do it on Tuesdays. And it'd be like something we get on here, we all fool around, we all talk about ideas, we all Google, like we get mad. I'm trying to be really, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to really talk to y'all, really get ideas, because everyone has a good idea. Someone on here could have been thought about the ATM, been sitting back there and be like, yeah, bro, I already do that 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's my point. It's like, we're muting y'all because it'd be crazy with 400 people on here talking eventually. But the point is, you know what I'm saying, we'll be mad interactive. Everyone can have an idea. Like, let's start getting bored and Googling stuff about ways you can make your money move around, because, yo, that's the goal.
Can I say something? Y'all understand that the dude who invented a hair tie is a multi-billionaire. And it's a rubber band that is covered in cloth. Like, yo, what? Like, we're saying, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Forex is great, but we need to put our minds elsewhere. Yeah, I need them for my man bun. You're eventually going to need them to tie up your beard, Mike. So, like, if you really can't let that shit keep growing. But, like, yo, like, my point is that our money needs to be going into different places. So, I got a dude. He's one of my friends. He sings music with Lil Baby. And he hit me up on Instagram the other day, and he said that he wanted to use Forex to fund his music industry. So, little do you know, I'm about to get on the phone with him after we get off this call, and hopefully I close that deal and he signs up, because, yo, he's really growing in the music industry. He sings with Lil Baby and a whole bunch of other people. Some of you guys know him. He was at my other event, Luke Kane. He wants, you know what I'm saying, he wants to make Forex work for everything else that he loves in his lifestyle. And if you love to travel and you want to invest in travel, let Forex be the way to do it. That's how I always, you know, that's what I do with Forex. Forex is my way for everything. Yo, the other day, I got a tattoo of Forex on my leg. Yo, I got the dollar, the yen. I got the, like, yo, it's barbed. Like, we in there for life, man. Like, this is real deal. You feel me?
I'm gonna post that tattoo on our what's it called, our Telegram, so you can really see it. It's actually really dope.
Make a million, I'm ghost.
It's really cool, bro. We finessed it. But
but yo, this is the way, man. I appreciate everybody who's jumped on this call, taking a little time to listen to our loud mouths. But I love every one of y'all. Blue Cap the way to go, and we about to get into the scalping.
Everyone keep that in mind, though, man. Money matters. Go to sleep saying that money matters. You know what I'm saying? Of course, say your family first. But at the end of the day, we're trying to make our family great. And if we can hand them the paper, in some cases, we would love to do that. So let's do it. You know what I'm saying? You got making money overnight. You ain't never gonna have a problem helping anybody. And at the end of the day, that's our goal. So we're gonna help everybody get this money flowing. But let's close it with Money Matters and get to this scalping course that we're gonna introduce.
J Money, what's up with the gang sign? Stop doing that. All right. Anyways, let's get on this call, yo. We're about to share screens with y'all.
I'm not gang affiliated, bro. My bad.
Oh, here we go. Who unmuted this guy?
What's up, boy?
All right. So, y'all see my markup. This is my markup from yesterday. We seen that bullish rectangle, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? If you guys were on my last call last week when we went over some patterns, this was a beautiful call last night. You know what I'm saying? Some people sold, some people bought. GJ is GJ, so she does what she wants. But like I said to you guys, GJ is one of those markets that honestly follows those market patterns the most. She did her 5 little touches. She came up here, broke, boom, there she goes. And usually what happens is she does this bullish rectangle. She makes a flag pull. She does a little flag, and then boom, you guys see my prediction for like what I got going on for GJ. And if you guys look at right here, like this is kind of, you know what I'm saying, Shane, this is the answer right here. Come from a bullish rectangle, boom, makes a flag pull, drops 6, makes her little 6 touches, and then goes up. So a little bit about scalping. Scalping is in and out.
Will, why I look like you tripping?
Damn. No sound, no screen. Sheesh.
That's tough.
Big sauce. Everything
For
froze.
real. Can't see nada.
I'm not the only one, right? It's frozen.
Nah, bro, I can't see nothing.
Yeah.
See nothing.
All right, they ain't teaching us shit tonight. All right, cool.
Right when it was getting to the let's scalp.
Yeah. Well, I learned to go buy an ATM.
Right?
Yo, for real, I'm learning how to do that
This
shit.
is what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's a good idea though.
Right, I'm like a chef around Safari. Little ATM buy.
Great idea.
Oh yeah, look
I
into
gotta
that.
hit a few TPs before I buy an ATM, fam.
Right.
Feel me?
Do that though. How does that work?
Try to go half of the on his ATM. That's funny.
All right, well, shit.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
This thing just logged me out.
I hear you perfectly fine.
All right. Cool. I took a little intermission. My fault, I guess. I didn't even need to do it, but
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
No doubt.
yeah. All right, word. Let me get back to this. My fault. Yeah. Participants. All right. Trying to get everybody mute. Yep. Mute. Word. All right. So, anyways, my fault. Back to where we were just at. Is the market patterns. Like I said, DJ loves to continue his market patterns. When I was talking about scalping, how me and my brother came up. We came up scalping. Like I said, we're in a trade probably 15, 20 minutes. But the only reason we're in that trade and make that much money is because obviously we high risk it. So if we got $3,000 in our account, we're gonna catch a scalp for 20 pips at $2, and we're gonna cash out with $200 or 400, however much, and then catch another movement for 20 pips, and then catch another movement for 10 pips. So we high risk everything. So once it drops like a little movement, so when we get into a scalp, I like to. So the way I used to do it, I'm gonna do a different chart. Oh, JOY, yeah, USD Joy. All right, anyways, so like when I scalp, my number one step in scalping is I go to the day and I don't go any further than the day. Look at the support and resistance. I see that the candle's red. I think it's gonna come down. Now I'm looking for any like quick sell entries. I realized that hold up, what's the chat say? I can't read it. You have to get on. So it's a chat.
Wait, what you bet?
Yeah. So when I get on the daily, I look for the trend. Trend's obviously going up. I see the support resistance, which could mean a potential push down. So I'll move it to the 4. And when I scalp, I literally only get in off the 5 minutes, sometimes even the 1 minute. My brother's a little goat on the 1 minute one. So right here, we're looking at little determinations of the market going up. So now I'm actually waiting for this retest to come down. So if you catch this scalp from here to here, high risk it, and then buy it on the way up, that's really, really risky, but that's what me and my brother do. I'll take it to the 1 hour, see what's good with that. Obviously, I only do this on certain days. Like when the market's really moving a lot, like Thursday nights or Wednesdays into Thursdays, like that's when I like to scalp because that's when the market's moved the most for me. I look at the 1 hour, see that same uptrend, see a potential push down, and then it go up. If you draw the fib, sometimes it'll lock in with this. Where's my brush? It'll lock in with this support and resistance up here. Damn, that brush is sloppy. Boy, oh boy. And then it'll come right back down here and test up. So this little movement down will be a scalp. How me and my brother would get in is we'd high risk it, watch it for about 5, 6, maybe 15 minutes, and then take our profits, get out, do it again. So that's really scalping at its finest. My brother's gonna get into like the 1 minute, how he does the Bollinger Bands, and a lot of people do like the Bollinger Bands. It's an indicator I personally don't use, but he's one of those that once it reaches the Bollinger Bands in a certain level, he'll write it out for 7 minutes and take $100. So I'm gonna let him get into that. He'll talk about it.
Here, you could do what we did last time, remember? All right. Before I even begin, I promise you guys. Sorry, let me finish this grape. I apologize. Cheche, you threw me on, bro. You threw me on.
I'm hungry ass.
It's a mindset, guys. It like dead serious. It like the whole psychology thing about us having to like train ourselves to appreciate this with scalping. It's that 100 times. So you gotta be like super appreciative of $100. You understand? Because the thing is with swinging, you have a whole nother mindset, and most of the time you're a person that has already you're in some type of wealth, we're looking for more, or you can afford to like even place a nice wealthy bid into it anyways, like your sell or your buy. But the point is like you got to look at it like this. I'm going to tell you exactly why we're scalping. At the very beginning of our process of trading, we were broke. So like you got to think about it. With my mindset, me making $100 in 7 minutes, 4 times a night. So like it's like that. It's that mindset. So I mean, this is the thing. There's many versions of scalping. I could put it in 5 to 10, 20 different ways. Yes, we like to do it in a certain manner where we can benefit our chances. So that's why the way he does it, starting from the day 4 hour, 1 hour, looking what's going on, where's the movement heading, it matters, of course, and you'll get a better idea of what the 15 and the 5 is going to do based off of looking at the higher time frames. So we make our moves on the 5 minute and the 1 minute during scalping, because scalping is either going to be something you're in for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. That's a scalp, because swingers won't consider any type of trade being a swing unless it's, you know what I'm saying, a couple hours deep, etc. Even more sometimes. Some swing traders are so extreme that it'd be day trades to like week trades at its extreme, and even monthly trades. So basically, we would, if you want to, we can put Ken at that title because he likes to swing trade too, and then most of his calls usually hit profit. And you know what I'm saying? And then a couple of days later, you know what I'm saying, maybe not even, most of the time it's morning. You wake up with take profits hit in the morning. So it's like, that's, you know what I'm saying, you're sleeping on it. We can call it a swing. The scalp is if you're hungry, if you're up at night, you're watching Netflix, delete your account. You can scalp. I promise you, if you delete that account, you'll be on the chart scalping because Netflix will have you. If you don't watch Netflix, it's whatever that is that category, what you do for several hours throughout your day. Eliminate it. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, if we're on this course because we money hungry. I'm not saying we're broke. I'm saying we're money hungry for more. We want better for what we already have. We want ready for the next level wherever we're at. So the biggest point is grabbing that $100 every 6-7 minutes. Think about it. If you could do that 5-10 times a day, you're still making that overall swing trade move. You understand? But it's just happening quicker. You're watching it happen, and you're just out. Perfect example yesterday, like we had a little, you know what I'm saying, a little bet in, and as soon as the six hit a certain level, we should have took it, and we didn't. We took a little bit less. So it's like it's all that mindset. We sat here, and the thing is like I'm not saying we're the best, but we're good enough to mix them. So we'll have a swing trade in and scout during the way. So you wait for a retest. It's very simple. That's what I'm trying to say. There's so many different forms of scalping, guys. Like with Ken's call, puts Ken call in, you know what I'm saying? Put them all in, have them go your way. If you're up in profit, why and you can leverage it, of course, because it comes with leverage. Leverage is the biggest part about scalping. But at the end of the day, if you can leverage it and you know that this chart that Ken's called, and you looked it up, you marked it up just like, you know what I'm saying, you were taught, and then plus you put your analysis to it too, that you're doing by yourself, and you put it all together. If you can see a clear retest coming, because it's going down, let's say a chart's going down, it's bearish, it makes this little retest. If you can put $1 in that retest, and in 10 pips make $100, and then get out while all your other trades are in profit, like think about it. You're capitalizing. You're doubling. You're doubling what you plan to make in the first place.
Sometimes tripling it.
For sure. I mean, if we could say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, quadruple, you know what I'm saying?
I personally can't count that high, so I try not to.
Let's put 10x on it because it's so possible. The thing is, the more leverage you have, let's say you do a $5, you know what I'm saying? $5 little lot, you know what I'm saying? That's a little extreme for some of us. And then the thing is that makes a lot of money quickly. So we love the $5 lot. So it's like, once we're hitting that keynote, like if you have one in that's going for 30, 40 pips, it's all about using just a strategy, guys. It's about being able to see a clear retest, knowing where the market's going, knowing when the bearish pushes are coming, knowing when the bullish pushes are coming, and then capitalizing. Just capitalizing. That's it. We're just trying to get more for our buck. You know what I'm saying? More bang for our buck. It's juicing it. Let's be honest. We're juicing it dry. That's at this point. We're trying to get what we get. But that's why mixing psychology with it is not the greatest, and why you have to be super careful, because just like you can lose $100, win $100 in 10 pips, you can lose $100. Sometimes that's where over leveraging and scalping will become your worst enemy. So as long, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give the best advice to my ability to make sure that when you do decide to scalp in between, and I'm gonna be honest, we're all you heard me?
Yeah, go worry about that.
Oh, shoot. Anyways, it's all about it's all about the state of mind you're in, and like basically, I'm gonna be honest, it's all about your money situation, because it's gambling at its finest in a way. I'm not trying to say you're gambling your bread, because with the right psychology and the right notes, you'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? But that's enough with psychology. We can definitely get to the charts. I apologize. I just want to make sure everyone knows, you know what I'm saying, not to over talk it, but always think about that, because it's like what I said in the very beginning, law of attraction. If you're comfortable getting 250 bucks, you know what I'm saying, out of $1.50 lot and 10, 15 pips, take it, sleep on it, do it twice, do it once. It doesn't matter. If you're making 250 bucks a day, do the math, guys. There's 261, what's 61? 261 weekdays during the week, Monday through Friday during a year. There's 365 days a year, but we work 261 days. You know what I'm saying? Do the math. You're gaining. There's no losing in that case. Even if you get $100, we can still be a little above average. You know what I'm saying? Because not everyone makes $100 a day. Let's be grateful to the people that do. You know what I'm saying? And they work hard. I believe it. I'm about to throw on. Where's the?
Oh, man.
I'm gonna have to whip out my. Here, jump on this. Say something real quick so I can pull out.
Say something.
I need to pull out all the coordinates here, buddy.
All right. Hello, guys. Today we're talking about scouting. I'm just kidding. All right. So my brother's gonna wait. Mike, what you nodding your head at? Anyway. My brother's waiting. He's gonna get the coordinates for the Bollinger Bands. He's gonna put them on here, and then if you guys want to test out the scalping, you know what I'm saying, go on a demo, try it out with all the levels that my brother said before you go live. Check out how it works for you, and then if you like it, apply it. You know what I'm saying? My man Alex jumped right into it. He said, "Yo, I'm live. You scalp, I scalp. I'm in." Hey, yo, $500. I call him. He now got the name Mr. Buck, because he dollar lotted everything, and my man took it in 4 minutes. Like, what? Like, Mike, if you made $500 in 4 minutes, where are we going?
Where are we going?
Huh?
I'm chilling by my pool with a couple of
You don't
drinks.
even know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm posted, or we can go to the club and do whatever. That's five bottles in one night.
Yeah. Let's go with option five. Whatever, but you know, then let's get it. All right.
All right, hold on.
I love all you people. You people are great.
Right. I've never sat on my here before, so we're gonna have to.
Hey, bro, there's a lot of beautiful people on here.
Low key, guys, we're gonna be doing this together. Everyone can see my screen yet or no? Not yet, right? We gotta share.
Yeah, they can see it.
Bet. All right, bet. I'm looking for.
Well, let me know I'm next. What's demo? Hell do I know?
He said, "What's demo?" Attaboy. Oh, I forgot. It might not let me put all three, but I could. The point is, we're good.
Just put the 3.0. That's the main band.
All right, bet.
Just double click the Bollinger Band.
Yeah.
Double click.
It's only not gonna let us do it because we didn't fucking.
What type to you people? People probably think I'm a fruitcake for me telling you guys I love you so much.
Hold on, guys. I'm just setting this up so you can see it because I actually want to show you on my iPad too. Somehow, some way, I'm gonna make this happen.
You can. Give us a sec.
Yeah, because if I could show them on here, it'd be way easier. I could join the call on here, right? I don't got Zoom though.
iPad via cable. AirPlay. Just turn on your AirPlay.
I think that's on. It's on.
What? What? Bet.
A plug-in is required, boy. We need to plug in this?
Oh, yeah, just put it in. Bruh. So, guys. It's crack lagging this week. I'm shooting for 5K this week. I don't know about y'all, but you know what I'm saying? It's looking right. Supposed to install that. It's
Pull it up now. Oh, I gotta trust it, I think. Hold on. All right, let me redo it.
Don't talk to me, okay? Word, 5K a piece sounds good.
Put trust.
Bet you we look like retards to everybody in this class.
We probably do, bro. Why didn't we prep for this?
Because I didn't know you wanted to use your iPad. This is so last minute of you. When did this come about? Now we're gonna have to argue.
Oh, okay, here it goes. Here it goes. Trust. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom, man.
Shit. Sorry, guys. You guys see what I gotta deal with?
Could continue. If it doesn't pop up, we're just gonna do it off in the trading view.
I'll punch you in the face. Sharing is paused. All right, guys. All right, guys. Hold on.
Yo, we're losing viewers, bro. Let's get it.
Chill.
I'm just playing. Relax. Everyone family on here. Y'all leave us. We're gonna cry. Relax.
You leave us, we leave you.
All right, dude.
There it goes. Boom.
Let's get it. Can everyone see this? You might as well put a 1 in the chat so I know everyone can see this.
Yeah, here we go.
We're chat. Good. Thank you.
Congrats, guys.
It looks a little. It might look like a little bougie. I'm gonna try to make it better. Should we? Oh, hold on. Let me turn that Wi-Fi on too. I think that's probably the biggest reason why.
Turn it.
All right.
2.
I'm gonna let this reload real quick. All right, guys. What I'm about to show you are just averages. Let's put the mindset on this. They're averages, and they will give you an idea of what is the extension of a push in this case. You know what I'm saying? And they work on just about every chart, but in this case, the 5-minute and the 1 minute are going to be our go-tos for these set Bollinger Bands. There's different coordinates. Let me get rid of this. As you can see, those 3 lines, I'm going to go ahead and let me change the color to the most important one. Right here. I'm about to change the color to one of these. I'm going to change it to green.
Why would you do green if we're blue capital? It makes no sense.
Because my candles are blue.
It just makes no sense. We're blue cap all day.
His money is free.
You're right. I'm about to change it now. I can't make that any more defined and make like the line fatter. So basically that green line is called the 3.0. And what that is in the hold on, let me just go to the 5.
I mean, even that one was a good one though.
Basically, the way we scalped in the very beginning of our whole idea is you can actually draw, remember, on here. So basically right here, look, I'm gonna show you a move.
And the screenshot.
I can do it on the mouse. All right, so this right here.
I think I only see your.
Let me see if I can draw it.
Oh, move it.
Boom. All right. That's clutch, bro. That's so clutch. All right, circle this little the over the 75. Circle that.
Oh, wrong one.
All right, listen, he's about to circle. You might have to just tweak it a little bit. All right. He circled, guys. Basically, you see those wicks hit that green line? There's indicators in this case where you got it. Boom. All right, that second line down there, that indicator right there is called the relative strength instrument. Index. My bad. I don't know why I said instrument. But that RSI is a key to this whole scalping thing because what he circled is what we will call in like an overdraft. Basically, price at its finest decided to give its last push, and those dotted lines that are red, those red dotted lines are where we put it's overbought at the top, and the two lines at the bottom are oversold. So that being said, if you can see, draw a line from here to here.
Almost made it.
That's good enough because they'll understand. So that whole coverage there, at that point where on the RSI, we're looking at the RSI right now, where it came out and basically made like a little fin. It made a little just like a hill where like it was a plunge. That right there is indicating in our eyes that price is super overbought and it's over a 75. That's what that is. The first 2 dots right there at the top are the 70 and then the 75 on top. The 75 is going to be where it's exact, like it's up there, it's super exaggerated.
Some people like to do the 80.
Some people do like to do the 80 because it does that. There's potential for the 80 to be touched. And in a way, if I put another 5 on there and put 3 lines, it touched the 80. The only reason we don't put the 80 is so we can visualize the extension, the push outside of that respected area. Those lines are averages where the market is literally the bulls gave it their all. Like they gave it their all. Even if it was to go down 10 pips and then go back up, it still can work that way. We just so happen to be looking at an uptrend in somewhat of an uptrend right now on a 5-minute. So it's been in the Bollinger Bands all the way down. So if we go down like 40 minutes, you know what I'm saying? There's other ways where you can fall in. Circle this one right here now too. All right, so the next 2 that he just circled, we can somewhat take that as a good move, but I'm gonna let you know right now, there's rules to my mindset now of how I scalp because of the mistakes I've made. And yes, it was a good call because in a way, like if we would have got in at the top of that blue candle, that bull, or even a little after it closed, because we're just like 2 minutes late, because you guys got to realize this is something that happens like this, you're in, and like that, you're out. It's all about what you want to take for the night, what you want to take in that action, in that risk of the moment right there, what you're comfortable with taking. You're comfortable with taking $50 in a minute or 3 minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the way you got to think about it. So that being said, on the RSI, on the bottom where he circled it, it didn't come over the over exaggerated lines. This is what I like to call them, because basically that's what it is. It's an exaggeration of price. It's exhausted. It's going to reverse. So it's like it's going to give us what we call either a good retest or just a push down, a friendly push down. The point is that while we're doing this, we can switch to the 1 and shoot.
Looking for
Nothing. I'm fucking shoot on this. I'm trying not to draw on this. Get out of here, dude. Why can't I move you over? Oh, that's why. Hold on, guys. Malfunctioning over here. Okay. If it lets me get back on. Boom. All right, so we're on the 1 minute right now. Okay.
natural.
We are on the 1 minute, and this is where it gets lethal. It gets dangerous. It is a gunfight with the market. We do not like to, as swing traders, this is our worst enemies to get on here and think that we're in a good sell, good buy, bad sell, bad buy, because the 1 minute is where it makes a mockery of itself. Nothing respects nothing. It's just all about averages and pushes. But at the end of the day, scalping, it's in and out. We just got to keep that in mind. So, like, for the people that want to make $100 just sitting there in their room on their phone, setting these up, and I'll have all the coordinates. I'm gonna explain them here in a second, and then I'll write them down, or I'll put them in the chat so people can, like, so we can see it, and like not just verbally or whatever. And some, just in case no one's writing it down, I'll make sure we get all the Bollinger Bands out there. I'll show you right now what I mean before we go any further. If you guys can see this, these are my indicator window. I have 3 Bollinger Bands set. On the indicator window 1 at the bottom is my RSI, my relative strength index. This is really all it takes to scalp. Now I'm gonna let you know right now, there's other tools that can probably benefit you. There's actually an RSI. Which one is
It's the RSI 7.
It's the RSI 7, where it literally in words tells you oversold, overbought, super oversold, super overbought.
There's that oversold, overbought, price reversal zone, danger. Like the danger zone, which would be the 50.
So we can definitely, he can put you on that, because I gave him this one and he gave me that one, and we mashed them and they work great. So like he'll put us on to that too. So that the RSI game is pretty dangerous when you use them good, because it's an index, guys. It's really reading that pair right there. It's reading that pair and its movement. So we're getting the finest print of its breathing line. You know what I'm saying? So when they do hit those 75s and stuff, But I'm gonna show you real quick.
Like that's a good example right now. That's live. That's moving. So like if that quick push up right now, if basically the bid price line were to, there you go, hit that 3.0, and then at the bottom it comes down and it crosses over that 75 level, that's when we would confirm, all right, let's get in on this, what he likes to call shark fin, and we'll ride it out. 7 to 13 minutes is all we do. If we're not in profit in 13 to 7 minutes, we just take it out. That's a scalp because we're high risking this. So that's a pretty good push, but we're literally waiting on it to cross over the 75 level.
Yeah, exactly.
If it doesn't do it, then I don't pay attention to it. It's got to be a good one.
Exactly. And let me run through a little like some ideas of what makes a good shark, like a good whole good scalp. It's just like he did. So starting on the day to see where the day candle was looking like, green or red, blue or red in this case, and going down, you get an initial push, initial idea of where the market wants to go, an initial idea of if it's retesting because there's a major wick, or if it's not respecting something, blah, blah. So the fact that we're going from an hour and looking at what that hour's doing and seeing where it's at, there's ways to make sure that your scalp will work, and that's by using the 1-5 and then correlating frames, meaning like the 15. Sometimes the 15, if we go on the 15, we'll be able to see a good push and it match up with the 5. And sometimes, some cases, the 1 minute, and every single one of them will be hitting the green Bollinger Band. That right there alone is one indicator telling you your confirmation is correct. This is a good time. It's oversold on 3 time frames. It's gonna drop. That's when you know what I'm saying, you risk it for the biscuit. You know what I'm saying? You're throwing in that dollar lot if you only have a couple $100, because most of the time the only way to make sure this works is to have a good clear head. Make sure you follow your little list of, you know what I'm saying, things that shouldn't be before you take this move. And then you take the move and you should see instant profit. These moves usually revolve around just being instant profit. You don't want to see any red. If it's red, then you failed to enter at that best time. You understand? Because once you start to practice, and that's why we say do it on demo, because you'll realize a beginner scalper always enters early, and he doesn't get the full potential of the push. And then when you get to a certain level, you're like, you obey and you give yourself that 1 extra minute, and it pushes a good push and you're in, and then it just drops because it's a wick. So, I mean, there's so many principles, guys. I mean, another thing, you know what I'm saying, to any of you note takers that make the money makers, if these Bollinger Bands look crazy, I don't usually take it. And I'm going to be honest, that's why I don't look at the 15, because the 15 won't give you a good idea. It's just something good to look at the candle personally, and then see if it is corresponding with the 5 minute and the 1 minute. So, I mean, on the 5 and 1 minute, it's 9. What time is it over here?
11:50.
It's 11:50 over here. So, I mean, right now is not the best time for this chart. DJ is not doing what it wants to do right now, so that's why I can't bring the best shark fin that's active. But I mean, I'm gonna go back and look for good Bollinger Bands real quick. Hold on. Let's zoom through this together real quick. I want to say. Okay, look, I'm gonna show you right now. Look, we're looking at the 5. These Bollinger Bands are literally shooting downward. Not a good time to mess with it when you're touching outside that line. It's gonna be, you can literally, once you start to do this way and scout this way, you'll realize that this will happen where it'll come down right around. Look, I'm gonna make sure I keep it to the right so we can stay active together. And because I don't have a mouse or nothing to put it, but basically these candles right here, as they're coming upon, we're watching it. Look, we're watching it go up, down. It almost hits that area on the R side and then comes back up. So we're already knowing that by it still continuously going down, floating above that And my bad, I forgot to tell you. So those dotted lines, let's go back to them real quick. The top overbought, okay, 70 and the 75. The bottom is 30 and 25. So super oversold. The bottom two lines, the first one is 30, and the bottom one is gonna be right over here. Look, I'll show you the levels. These are how you set your RSI. The period is at 13. The apply is at close. Levels are 30, 70, 75, and 25. They're backwards there, but 70, 75s are overbought. 25 and 30 levels are your oversold. You know what I'm saying? And then you can style it to be whatever color you want. In this case, I have it blue. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if anyone didn't look at that, I'll leave it up for like 1 more minute. But that's what makes these lines where they're at, and that's what this right here, these indicators are what makes my Bollinger Bands where they're at, because without like those proper coordinates, those proper periods, things can be a little exaggerated in the wrong area, and then you take the wrong idea. Excuse me. But
I'm over here trading and shit.
you're good, bro. I mean, if I say anything too many times, make sure you let me know. I'm trying to make sure I stay focused here for you guys.
You just gonna
Really, I'm trying for. Let me hold on. Okay. Sheesh. Okay, I mean that's a good example actually. Okay, so this major push right here, look, this push right here, this big blue candle, somehow, somewhere, I guarantee you, some type of news, guys, and look, it gave us a ridiculous push upwards, and it's way out of these Bollinger Bands. It literally made the Bollinger Bands shoot up, because the thing about these Bollinger Bands is they can't just stay straight, because then the market will move out of them. So they move with the market, and they basically act as a barrier. So these Bollinger Bands are always telling us when the barrier is broken and when it's about to be recapped. In this case, guys, I can read the pips on here possibly. Let me see real quick. So from here, right here, if we would have entered, because look, at the very bottom, at the RSI, it came way out of it, way oversold. If I promise you, if I put another 5.5, the 80 would be right around here. It hit the 80, indicating that, holy crap, like something just happened. The market's got to regulate.
the opposite right there.
Literally, literally, I'm about to show them that, because that's crazy. These right here, you got to be on the market to see this happen. Literally,
You gotta put in chart time.
The chart time is everything. In our beginning stages of trading, we put so much chart time. That's what I'm saying, guys. It's law of attraction. We made the chart our life. I did everything I could to get as much money as I could out of it during the day, as you know what I'm saying, far away out of any extent that I should have. But the fact that it came up, okay, we got our indicator, boom, one, how do you say that? I can't even speak. One confirmation at the top that came out, okay? Once we get this red candle, if you haven't entered, I don't think you should enter, because that's my point. Sometimes it can go in a different direction. So it's like, we have to have the precise entry to be able to read where it's going, guys, because the money that you see, the profit that you see will ideally tell you how strong of a push it is, because you'll see it. You'll see it go from an entry to 20 cents to instantly $1.50 to $1.50 to $3.50. That's indicating that right there was an awful amount of stretch, and it has to come back. You understand? So if we see these pushes downwards into profit, then we know it's a good move. And overall, it was super oversold.
Angel said he got a perfect entry on that small drop. Also, I hate to ask for this repeat, but what are the Bollinger Band properties? Pull those back up.
I got you guys. All right, so
Where are you from? Puerto Rico.
I'm gonna click on one at a time, and I'm actually gonna click on them real quick so we can see them first.
So you use MetaTrader 4 to scalp, or also TradingView? MetaTrader 4, because obviously we place our trades in through MetaTrader 4, so we don't like to switch back and forth, because within that little minute, we miss it.
Yeah, and honestly, I was just trying. I'm not saying that we can't set them up on TradingView, but I was just trying to, and I literally have to do it for my first time too, and then I'll probably be able to show you guys. It's not hard, but when I pulled it up on TradingView, like, it was all off, and then plus, if you're not paying for TradingView, then it's gonna not let you put all 3 of them. And the reason why I personally like all 3 of them is because it passing that blue. All right, so I made that one blue, if you can see it. I'm gonna make this one some weird color like pink. All right, so we got a blue, a pink, and a green line. Some Easter colors, straight up. But basically, the first line is the indicator that is telling us, before I pull them up, I'm gonna run through it real quick. I'm gonna pull them back up for you guys. But the blue one, or the teal one, is gonna be our, all right, first things happening, blah, blah. Let me see if I can find another one. Right here.
Look at that M.
Yeah, and it's an M.
Turn my M's and the W's up, little.
All right, so right here. This blue line, it came, it broke, okay? You know what I'm saying? The Bollinger Bands were shooting up. This is not, I'm not even going to say this is the greatest idea. I mean, the greatest.
Oh, up here, yo, up here. This is this.
Exactly.
So that should be mad confirmation.
So basically, guys, right here will be the indicator. Okay, we're about to get an oversold movement. I'm kind of like looping it, if you can see my little utensil there. Gave us another push. Look, down here, it's just now reaching the 25. I mean, the 70. You know what I'm saying? And you can literally see there's a horizontal line on there and a parallel one that follows. So you can see it. Look, shot up, came out of our green one. I'm going to be real honest with you. Right here is where it makes you make the right decision to make it. Because I'm going to let you know right now, look, down at the bottom where it's coming up, it didn't give us that point right here. It didn't give us that point until we see at the top a point where there's a dreadful fall right here. Like there's a little stick man up there and he just falls off the cliff. I mean, you can picture any way you want. We need the point. That's why right here we would know to wait, even though it's sitting in those Bollinger Bands for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, because we're on the 5-minute chart. Right here was our initial entry. That wick right there was the exhaustion. That wick right there was this point. You understand? That wick right there was this point.
That's all sorts of confidence.
Literally. And that end that he just drew is even better. Like literally at this point, let's say we dropped, right? We dropped our entry at a sell at the top of that wick. We're in 10 pips. This is the way we can basically manipulate the market, okay? So let's say we got down to the middle of his end before it entered, right? Right there at where it first meets the neckline. So if it hit that area and we scalped it for 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then we got out and it came back up to that area and then made that second touch at the top, which in this case are making Silent Billy's M's, it's perfect because right there, that's an indicator. Even if at this point, we're not looking at the scalping situation. We're looking at a market pattern right off of a scalp. You're doubling your chances of your income right there. So you see that M form, you should know to enter at the top of that M, double top are going to drop. Even though we're on the 5-minute, these market patterns matter everywhere. Yes. They matter everywhere. And the thing is even on the one, sometimes you can catch some major market patterns just in a ridiculous amount of candles are forming it, and it's just not realistic. So that's why 5-minute is a good place to catch some crazy extended, you know what I'm saying, areas of price. But now I'm gonna pull these back up for you guys real quick. So I'm gonna start at the first one, and that's gonna be the blue one, the teal one. This is your period on all of them are gonna be 34. The shift is 0. For the first line, the deviations are gonna be 2.0. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm gonna be real. I started scalping off of my iPhone, so that's why like I'm trading off an iPad. This is on my iPad, so it's like I'm gonna be real. Like scalping is something you do when you're not doing nothing, and it's just like if we're on our phone so much throughout the day, make time for you to do a little scalping. Especially I'm gonna be real. Especially if you got the money to lose, because the thing is you'll lose and win, but your overall wins. You gotta put it this way, guys. We trade. And we know we're going to lose sometimes. But overall, our wins are always going to overpower our losses. So that being said, you lose two scalps, but you're going to win. You're going to win 8. You know what I mean? 7. I mean 8. My bad. I'm counting wrong. All crazy in my head. I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say 11. I'm trying to say just 10 out of 10 trades, you're going to lose 2. So we got them in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Especially once you lock it down, guys. Did it turn off?
No.
Boom. All right, so that one's that one. Let's run it through one more time and go to the next one. 34, 0, 2.0. It's called the 2.0 line. Close. and style it to be whatever color you want. Number 2, we got a 2.0 and a 2.5. That is that pink line, ladies and gentlemen. That line right there is gonna be our sometimes entry, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Once you become a scalper and you're $700-800 in a week, sometimes you get a little bit riskier for the, you know what I'm saying, risk it for the biscuit, and you push yourself a little bit harder, and you'll enter at the 2.5. You know what I'm saying? The 2.5 is originally an area where I started scalping, and then we added the 3.0, which is the green one, which is coming up next. So it's the same thing. 2.0. I mean, the 2.0 went from 2.5. That's the only difference. Now the third one, and let me just make sure you guys realize this. When you put them, it's one at a time. You're not gonna be able to put them all 3 at once. So if you're clicking on and you're like, why is only one? You literally have to go back into main window. It's literally a process. You have to put them one at a time, go back into main window, add another Bollinger Band, etc. The third one is going to be the 3.0, and that is gold. That 3.0 is basically where you want to enter, because this is the thing. You want to enter your sell or your buy outside the barrier walls. The barrier walls don't end. You're not outside this jail cell until, you know what I'm saying, you're locked in. You're not outside of it until you see it outside of it. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you are late on a scalp on an area where it hit the RSI and it's at way extended, overbought or oversold, and you're 7 minutes late and it's a whole 2 red candles down that are already at 10 pips with 2 candles, you skip to the next one. That's the thing about scalping. You win some, you lose some, but a lot of the times it's discipline that will keep you from entering late, because this is all about entering on time. This is not a swing trade where we can get you in on a fine retest and let you still catch 100 pips. This is, if you miss the 10 pips, you miss the 10 pips. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's the way I look at it. I catch 10 pips on the scalp because I'm either throwing $1 in, maybe $1.50 or $2, and I'm out with 10 pips because that's cash. You said AU?
Yeah, what is that?
All right, bet. Why do I feel tired? Before I change it, I do want to make one note. One note. Ask anybody about GJ. GJ is super volatile, and the liquidness that comes out this market during 3 o'clock is major. We originally only scalped GJ for the longest because I'm going to put it in the best example. Scalp UJ and scalp GJ, and you'll realize that this movement on UJ will be $50 versus on GJ, same amount of movement would be like 100. You got to understand why. It's because the volatileness of this pair. Like GJ is very volatile, especially during its time at 3 a.m. our time. What, 12 then? Some people 12 over there on the West Coast and stuff. So I mean, around those times are the best time to scalp, and it's usually on GJ. But I'm gonna show you the UJ real quick. AU. And it'll work on every chart, guys. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying you'll get the bang for your buck on GJ, but it will work on other charts. They just have to be. Do you want some volatileness out of it? But let me see if I can scoop this.
Hey, yo, John, what you trying to get at for AU? What do you?
You just want me to catch one?
It's not really making much movement. W. It went over 30 and 25. Let me see.
All right, I want to show you guys something right now that I can catch.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. And then on top, what he's saying like right now. Yeah, bro, that 5 was extreme because the Bulls have been shooting.
Look at the spread on that. And that's a squeeze. So you never want to trade right after squeeze.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so squeeze. A squeeze is going to be right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little circle around it. Yeah, like squeeze that, like all around those Bollinger Bands right there. So basically right here where he's about to circle is called a squeeze, and it tends to be where the Bollinger Bands shrink up and give us no space to scalp for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It gives no space, and we do not take them at all. So even if they're floating up there, it's because it's consolidation at its finest. That right there, if we took away the Bollinger Bands right now, that right there would be consolidation, where candles are in a certain amount of price. And if I'm correct, every box is 10 pips, ain't it? Look, 72740. I don't know how to count AU. AU is difficult.
It's 10 pips. 1 pip.
So it's 10 pips every space.
Look at the spread. What's the spread?
Oh, the spread is up, huh? Oh, no, it's average. It's 9 and 10. So, all right, yeah, so that's perfect. So basically, you can see the gray dotted lines in the back that make the squares and where he circled. If you look at, I'm going to get my little thing right here. Look, if you look at these wicks, look, this wick right here, I'm going to move now so you can see it. But look, I'm a zone around it. These wicks right here, from where those boxes are to this one, to this box, you know what I'm saying? These gray boxes back here, 10 pips. And then look, from where, oh shoot, did I just take that off? Yeah, I did. From where it goes right here down to this wick, 10 pips. So for, look, I'm going to point it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Look, for about 20 minutes right here, this was all consolidation. The Bollinger Bands came down from a major drop, and then they didn't know what to do.
But this one looks down here like it's a major drop. So that's like,
Yeah, exactly.
so we gotta stay away from it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show you a little trick that we learned. If I could find it again, hold on. Oh, I was on the 5. Show y'all something real quick. All right, so this little situation right here. Okay, so we're looking at the Bollinger Bands. Okay, they're acting a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? From right here, it was a squeeze. Hold on. From right here, it was a squeeze. Okay, broke out. Even though it didn't give us that point, I'm gonna let you know right now, if you're risking it because it came out of that line and you catch it, you risked it. I'm let you know right now, for risking it, it paid off.
7 to 13 minutes, remember. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you're in profit. 7, you're in profit. Oh, it's 5 minutes?
Yeah,
Oh, word.
Look at that drop.
Damn, that's a mean-ass drop.
So this is why I say that you guys trading and scalping is gonna come in due time by putting charts on, because you'll catch moves like this where you see profit, you see this little blue candle right here after your initial 5, 10, 15 minutes of push down and you're in profit. This blue candle was a baby, and then it showed us another straight bearish like little soldiers right here. You know what I'm saying? And then it kept pushing. We're going to do nothing but sit in profit. If you were comfortable with taking $100, we are now taking our stop loss and putting it in $100 profit and watching it shoot down for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes. And with $1, let me see, look, we'll count the boxes together, y'all. Literally, look, we enter here, so we'll just average it out to right here. That's 10 pips. That's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. 1,000. If we were exaggerating and literally waited for it to do some, because me honestly, we wouldn't be able to see all this to the right, so I would have got out as soon as I start to see it get near this line, because sometimes it might not want to hit that line, guys. But initially, for a good 45 minutes at $1, every box here, guys, is 10 pips. If I'm correct, because AU is a little weird. I'm thinking it's 10 pips because the spread is 9, just like Melly said.
That's 1 pip.
So look. The spread right now is bouncing from, if you look at the spread, oh, it actually came down a little bit.
She crazy.
She's shooting from 9 to 10.
She crazy.
All right, so it's about 20 pips each box then.
Hey, peeps. 20 peeps.
20 pips, man, because that spread right now is 10. So honestly, I might have exaggerated a little bit because at first the spread was looking weird for me, and it was on the 5. Actually, it was on the 1. That's why. Yeah, all right, so every box on the 5 is probably 10. I mean, 20. If we're on YouTube, I'd be able to call it out. It's just the 0.72 is like, even I call myself a master and I still am. Shame on me. The point is, let me see, I'm going to go back to it real quick. I was about to point something out for you guys. This is called a hidden move. Like it's hidden because I'm going to show you why. let me put the lines before I explain it. Right here, right here, right here. Look, boom, this way. So from these wicks, I don't like that color because matching too much. Let me put some crazy things. I always use like some bright colors. Okay. I'm about to just put it green. Get in here, boy. Get in here, bro. I'll put it like a dark green. Okay. So for that line right there and this one right here.
You can see it, right? Oh, fuck. Word.
All right. Now,
Divergence.
yes, hidden. So this is divergence. I do not know the proper meaning of divergence, but overall it's a hidden movement. And I'm gonna let you know why we say hidden, because if you can see from the first moment it hit, let me see if I can finesse this with my finger real quick. All right, so clutch. Oh shoot. So let me delete these over here now. So right. All right, so from the first initial push, okay, and then down here, right on the RS side, let me move it over a little bit and I'll move it back. Actually, I gotta keep it there, don't I?
I'm hungry.
All right, guys, look. So that first initial push, you're gonna look at it on the RS side, right? So it came up, it hit the 70, came down. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to run through it together so you guys can understand. Look, it came up, hit that line, almost. Didn't come out of it, so honestly, I wouldn't have entered yet. That's the indicator. Hold on, be patient. I don't think it's gonna give it its all yet. Okay? It came down with this bearish candle. As you can see, it came under the 70, came back up, still floating around the 70. Look, if you can see on the R side, it literally sat right here. Okay, 1, 2. These are these pushes up here, but these pushes up here are 1, 2. Okay, look at this wick right here. This wick was the top of this point. You can see it because on my little utensil, on the top of the wick, I have it. The little target is in the top of that wick. It went straight down. Now look at how it matches up with the RSI. Like that from my indicator. I mean my utensil. It didn't go above the left movement. That first initial push that he circled is number 1. We're gonna go to the RSI again. Look where it came out of the 70 the first time. It came down, came back up, didn't go higher, but on the top, where the Bollinger Bands are, the movement is higher. Now we're gonna move to the third one. Look, all right, so it dropped down, guys. Look at these two. It dropped down, shot up. Okay, it initially didn't go anywhere. Look, it didn't go nowhere near our green one, our 3.0, but it hit our 2.5. So it's still a good entry. But look, if we patiently wait, because look at this right here. Look how it continuously went up. But down here on the RSI, look at this. Look at where this line ends over here. Oh, let me take these circles off so it's more clear. Look at this right here. This right here is where price has officially fooled itself. Price has fooled itself to the maximum, guys, because it shot up 3 times. 1, 2, came down 3, look, 4, and look down here. Look at our touches. 1, if I go over to the next one, it's level. If I go over to the third one, which was higher than the second, these 2 pushes right here, these 2 right here, these wicks and stuff, are lower than the first 2 on the RSI. When that happens, that means there's literally a confusion. I don't know how else to explain it. There's probably more proper terms for it. But for us, and we want to keep it real basic, there was a confusion. If you can catch this happening, enter your scalp at its maximum. This is where I'm risking the biscuit. If I can put a $5 lot in a $100 account, I'm doing it. If I can enter it, if it allows me, I don't even think it will. I've never tried it. But my point is when I see this happen now, I know more than 100% of time, even if it went right here, right? Okay, so I'm up here at the top and made this wick. It hit the 2.0, but 2.5, but didn't hit the green. If it starts to come down, right, it's up here. The candle's up here right now. If it starts to come down, I'm entering right at that 2.5, okay? And then what I'm doing is I'm just letting it ride. I'm seeing instant profit. This 5-minute candle closed right here into profit. Down here it closed. Came up, gave me a baby wick, didn't give me no push above that previous candle. So I'm indicating, okay, the wick and the push from the next candle didn't shoot above my previous candle. That's a green light. So we're riding it down further. As you can tell, look, this candle closed. What is this? Zoom cloud meetings? Let me log in real quick. All right, so basically, oh no, I had to make me log into something. That is another way, you know what I'm saying? And anyone that can catch this will enter, and in 45 minutes, just like I said, dollar lot it, you know what I'm saying? Do the math, guys. You can do the pip count, you know what I'm saying? But I'll keep it moving. AU, let's go to UJ. I'll be honest, I don't like to basically scalp too much on UJ.
Yeah, it's not a lot of movement. It's not worth it.
If you guys can see it, the spread is literally 7 right now. UJ is the best pair to trade long term. Like when you can catch its exhaustion from an hour to 4 hour to the daytime, and you can ride it out. Trust me, guys. Like you're gonna be in profit more than enough of the time. Like it's all about chart time, getting busy with the market, and let her know you're gonna be watching her daily. And she starts to obtain to what you think, and how you think just obtains to it, and it just works. But honestly, if y'all have any more questions, can you run through it? Run through questions right now, because I'm not checking. I'm going to make sure he checks it.
Good.
Like, if y'all got questions, it could be the dumbest question. It could be a recap. If anything I'm confusing you about, if I'm throwing too much on you.
He said, do you put a take profit under stop loss or just market execution?
Market execution. You heard the man. He said market execution very boldly, because scalping is market execution. Now, I'm going to let you know right now. Check the news. If I haven't already told this, I pretty much remember saying this in our very first, and when we were in Arizona, our very first class, I said that we are news observers. Some people do not check the news. I check the news every night. It's like literally getting my coffee for trading. I check the news. I check it on 2 to 3 websites. I look up on what the hell the dollar's doing. You know what I'm saying? We live in America. The US dollar should be our BITCH. Let's be honest, guys. It should be our little dog. We should be able to walk it whenever we want. So let's be completely raw and authentic about this, because I'm trying to keep it original. Like that's
the whole buck.
That's the biggest point here, is that you got to be bold with the market, and when it comes to scalping, it might give you a little like Nelson. Shit. What was I about to say? But yeah, basically, it's all about I can go through a checklist right now, guys. Like when I get on, I'm looking at the higher time frame, okay? And hold on, before I get lost, before I said that to you, I was trying to finish the news thing. The news is going to determine whether or not I'm being risky with a stop loss, because let's be honest, guys, the market does bless you. The market does do some crazy things sometimes, and it does push 10, 15 pips out of nowhere. And it sucks when you see that down draw, and sometimes you might be over leveraged thinking you're in great profit. But basically, you can, if you want to, in the nick of time that you're waiting, if you want to put a 10, maybe like a 6 to 10 pip stop loss, everyone should be able to count their pips, guys. You know what I'm saying? There's tools for it. So
don't put a stop loss.
Don't put a stop loss, because I'm not advising it, but some people are always going to be like, you know what I'm saying, subject to be like, all right, well, I'm just going to do it to protect myself. There's nothing wrong with it. But if there's no more questions, right?
Somebody said, so that confusion part is those 2 high points followed by the 2 low points.
I forgot where I was at.
And that last low point is where you would enter. Hey, Miss Valeria, I'm confused.
What's she talking about, AU?
I have no idea. What chart you talking about, madam?
I'm going to go back to this, because this is what I think she's talking about.
Oh, the divergence.
Yeah, so that hidden movement. All right, so I'm going to circle. What'd she say? So number 2, high profits followed by 2 low points, and the last low point is where you would enter. Okay, yeah. So in that case, that last low point would be my initial like my view of, okay, hold on, something's going on here, because that wick is higher than the last 3 wicks, and the divergence is lower than the 70. I mean, the RSI is lower than the 70 and lower than the other pushes. Well, what that is like, it's literally like you said it. So that confusion part, the 2 high points, just like you said, followed by the 2 low points, that is my entrance, because this right here would be our entrance. I'm gonna go back to it. Actually, I can do it right here. Wait. Another little baby. Oh, no. All right. Why is it not letting me do this damn circle? Damn. Or not letting me do the circle. Come on. Circle it out here. I'm going to do it right here like this. That's good. Look, I got it. All right. So where that square is, I'm about to drag it down a little bit.
33 people still on this call. Good shit, guys.
Appreciate you guys. It might seem like I'm talking a lot, but I swear, if you guys are listening,
It'll pay off.
Either mental notes or real notes. Doesn't matter what you want to do. Whatever you want to do, just listen to a few things you can catch on. That square right there, okay? And I'm actually put another one right down at the bottom. I'm going to show you why we do it.
Let's get it, everybody.
Okay, that little red smudge at the RSI, that right there, and that box at the top, they align, guys. They're literally aligned. If you look at the bottom box to the top, follow it to the top. This is what I'm trying to explain here. Now go over to the last few pushes before these red lines. So we're going backwards. So from right here, look, I'm gonna follow it. All right, so we got this candle, okay? It's coming. Boom, we see it hit that green. We're like, oh, shark fin. We're looking at the RSI. It's at the 70, and it's not above the 75. So initially, I'm not entered yet. I have not entered yet, guys, because it's not exaggerated enough for me to agree. That's probably wrong. It's not exaggerated enough yet. So this, everyone can see that, right? Just making sure these things aren't in the way. They don't see this on the screen, do they? Oh, yeah, duh. All right, bet. So right here, look, the next candle pops up. We still haven't went over the 75, okay? But I'm taking note that it hit the 70 and it went overbought, okay? The next candle, look, it was a bear, so I'm not in it, of course, yet. I'm waiting for that initial push outside of it. Look, it gave me a higher push, okay? Now I see the second put. I'm gonna move this a little bit just for now. I'm actually gonna put it at the top of that. Okay. So the reason why I put these 2 green lines here is because they're like this, guys. So when they're alligator mouth type, that's another way to draw what's happening right now, because they're like that. They're not perfect, and they're not like this, because this is another way to catch it. It's regular divergence when it's like this, but like you guys see it, it's literally open mouth. So it's like when you can catch that happening from points, you'll see it. So just like I was saying, look, the next push, look, we got the bull, another push higher. This candle right here is our initial point down at the RSI right now. That is right there at the 75. It's not above the 75, so it's not my entry. So look, it keeps going. Look, I keep moving. I keep it moving. Look, I watch it pop this, and I'm like, okay, well, that bear shot down, gave me a push. It went down, but it didn't go over the 75. And for some reason, the second wick was above the first wick. So now I'm going to keep an eye on it. 5 more minutes goes by. Look, gave us another little, just like a little dead end, what we would call it, where price didn't move that much because it's probably it's about to reverse. So it gave us our bearish, no wicks, very strong bear candle right there. No wicks on the 5 minute. So we can initially see something coming up that's going to be a stronger bear push. But look at the RSI also. Okay, we're looking at the RSI while we're watching this happen. that point down there isn't even nowhere near the 70. But look, watch out. After we watch this bear, another bull comes, even taller than the last one, even closed near the last wick to the left of it. So that bullish closed where the last wick was, but on the very bottom of the RSI, it's lower. It's hidden. If you don't catch it, you will slide right by it, guys. That's why it's called hidden divergence. It's just like divergence. I'm gonna come with the proper term for you. I just don't feel like looking it up. But like next time we catch the scalping course and we scalp together, it will be in there, guys. We'll scalp and we'll actually scalp live with you guys and see if we can catch some. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. We catch some dubs in front of you guys. We haven't scalped too risky in a little bit because we've been being super professional about it. You know what I'm saying, trying to become the best swing traders, but you never forget where we come from, and even throughout the days now, we still catch $100 wins. The GOAT, $100 wins is easy for the GOAT over here. But look, all right, so my bad, I'm getting a little sidetracked. That right there was our last, and I forgot to make this note. All right, so they gave us that push. It's at the fact that the RSI is under the 70, and that's over the Bollinger Band right now, which is the blue one, and touching the green, and it's touching the, and it's touching that the 2.5 right now, the pink one. I'm in because I already know. Okay, hold on, it's gonna drop 10 pips easily. It's gonna drop 10 pips, and you gotta remember this is another keynote. I forgot. These Bollinger Bands respect each other. They hit the bottom, they hit the top. They hit the top, they hit the bottom. They hit the bottom, they hit the top. They hit the top, they hit the bottom. That's literally how this is. They bounce back and forth all day. Now, the Bollinger Bands shrink and they expand. They shoot up together with the market. They shoot down together with the market. But they always respect each other. They hit the top Bollinger Bands. Eventually, they're hitting the bottom. The larger the gap between the Bollinger Bands, the better, because that's the more market. So that's why we say when they squeeze, we do not enter. We're not entering the scalp at all. And that's literally for this scenario. That's for using the RSI and using the Bollinger Bands. When it squeezes, we do not enter. And honestly, when the Bollinger Bands flare like straight out, like straight line, like in this case, we can see it right here. Right? So when this Bollinger Band opened up from this squeeze, it created a straight push up. This isn't the best time because this is the thing with scalping. There's 24 hours a day. You can catch a good move. You can't take every move. Okay, so it's like the fact that them Bollinger Bands shot up. I'm not entering just because it's out the barrier. I'm gonna let it ride because I don't know what's gonna happen if those Bollinger Bands are gonna keep going up. Our favorite time to trade is when the Bollinger Bands are basically mutual. If anything, they're growing a little bit like they are here, but they're mutual. Look, they're staying in the proper. Actually, it dropped here because of our major shark fin. But either way, like you'll see what I mean. Like when they're more average and there's a lot of pips between them and they're straight and they're moving, you know what I'm saying, corresponding, respecting themselves. That's the best time to scout because it hit the top and just hit the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
My angels.
What up, pimp? What up, my dog?
Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm just tired.
You make $1,000 today?
Of course.
That's good.
Even with your sessions.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's kind of all I really want to cover because
Whole hour later.
it takes time to learn, guys. Anyone in college ever been to college, which I haven't, let me not talk too much crap. If you can sit through a lecture, doing this is literally this ain't work. This is come on. I'm trying to be a good vibe for everyone. I hope because like y'all 30 people, if y'all still 30 people deep, I love y'all. Y'all great. But let's keep this going. The fact that we can teach somebody to scalp after these couple of lessons, I'm gonna love the fact that you guys can teach someone to scalp. It's gonna be fire. Like that's what we should get out of this. We should get out of teaching. Yo, you want to make a couple $100? You know what I'm saying? When you have free time, as long as you got $100 to invest, you know what I'm saying? $200 to invest, you want to flip money, you know what I'm saying? It can be a topic of a subject anywhere.
And there's plenty of people on this call, like, I'm gonna call him out by name. Angel's one of those. When we was out in Arizona, he actually took our little scalping lesson before we started this. Next day we woke up, he made his first $100 in a couple minutes. So, yeah. What upstairs, Kelly?
And this is where I'm kind of put it to an end because I mean, if no one has any more questions, like knock the questions out right now. No question is stupid. That's what I'm trying to say here. So I mean,
Hell yeah.
yeah, I like that. Lucas has said, in and out, pay up.
Yeah.
That is it. That's basically it. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to this, and I'm gonna be real, guys. Like, no one's perfect. We're not always gonna have blue signals. You know what I'm saying? Ken's not perfect. He's a GOAT, but he's not perfect neither. And not every single one of his trades are gonna abide by him. But this is the thing. We mark up charts and we advise to you guys to take whatever one fits you the best. Okay, we want you guys to be interactive. We want you to watch him and watch us mark up these charts. So it's like now you're just taking what we did and you're doing the same thing after we hang up or during. And you're like, okay, well, I like this one and I don't like this one. Or I can leverage this one. I don't want to leverage this one. Like, if y'all joined meeting from Blake earlier, he should have went through major and like on what I forgot the others. Either major or what?
He went through Fibonacci and all that.
Yeah, but he went through risk management with major and regular pairs and major and exponential pairs like taco. Okay, not everyone can risk taco. Let's be honest. Like I'm not trying to be like knock you out of your taco dreams because sometimes enter taco and be instant profit. Scalping the taco because you entered and you seen $100 in 20 minutes. And taking out your instant dub because $100, guys, should be a dub to everyone. That's a W. That's taking that in no time. Now, if you're making $100 off of 5 cents in 7 hours, then I understand. Then that's going to be a swing trade. You're making that off a cent, 5 cents. But when we're entering above risk, okay, anytime we see anything over 100%, like, guys, you know what I'm saying?
Don't be greedy.
Like, just take that W because at this point in life, if you need the bread, let's be completely honest. We're a fan now. Let's put it this way. That's the way I'm gonna keep saying it. You know what I'm saying? I was at one point taking $50 every time I seen it because like overall stacking those W's are gonna build your foundation. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna build your foundation. So scalping is like just trying to stack your bricks as fast as possible.
It's also risky, just so you know. So try at your own risk.
Exactly.
Every time.
Exactly. So that's why I say demo it. He said it very clearly, guys. Please demo it or like wait for us a few more times and we'll get to scalping with you. We'll do
like live scalping classes one time. So we all just jump in, jump out, couple minutes, make some bread.
Yeah.
But I'm about to wrap this up because I think there's an MT4 class I'm supposed to be hosting. But guys, we're supposed to be back on Wednesday. Supposed to be back on Thursday. Wednesday, we tell you our schedule. We y'all already know. Bada bing, bada bang. Wednesday, we're going to be going over, it's going to be a very simple intermediate session, technical analysis 101. We're going to go over all the W's, the M's, and all the other stuff again for all the new people. But other than that, if you guys got, value from this call, the feedback after would be really dope. I love you guys. Mike, you a beautiful person, bro. You know what I'm saying? Along with everybody else in this chat that I cannot see. Let me stop here. Hold on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, I just want to unmute everybody, and then everybody just go crazy and start talking a whole bunch of wild stuff. Do this. I love y'all too, man. Appreciate the love, for real. Hey, I told y'all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the Hey, I put my IG. Everyone will follow me if you got an Instagram. Oh, you know what? I am not just kidding. But everybody, thanks for hopping on. Thanks for hopping off. Thanks for doing both. Took notes. Probably, it's going to be good for you. I'm about to shut this call down with the 3
Good night, everybody.
Love you guys.
Be good, man.
Live scout tonight.
Hey, Will. Hey, hit me up, Will. Hit me up.
I was dead ass about to message you right now.
Yeah. Go ahead. Hey, I'd like feedback from this Zoom. So bang, bang. I love you.